Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today in the Wholeness Project, a weekly live program where I come live just to share on great strategies, interventions, and techniques that can help you regain wholeness and renewed focus in your family, your relationship, your mental health, and also your spirituality. We're living in such a time where there's so much challenges and struggles out there, and sometimes we wonder if we can get through each day, seeing all of the human struggles and all of the human challenges that we have to deal with. But I want to announce to you all that with the Wholeness Project, you're going to be equipped and empowered with skills, with strategy and interventions that will help you deal with four pillars of your life: the pillars of your family, the pillar of your relationship, the pillar of your mental health, and also your spirituality. In the last three episodes, we've been sharing great conversations on managing stress and how you can manage and tolerate distress in times of high emotional struggles and challenges. And today I have something interesting for every one of us, something that you are going to really love, something that's going to bless you, something that's going to be amazing for you to to just add some skills to your kit as you achieve your mental wholeness. Today I'm going to be talking about your mind matters, and here I'm going to be sharing some practical mental health tips for real life situation. And just quickly, for many of you who might not know me, my name is Joel. Again, just quickly, just to get you to understand more about me. My name is Joel. I'm a certified master mental health coach. I'm a sim-based premarital and marital facilitator. I'm also a cybersecurity expert, and I deal a lot with crisis and trauma. I work with couples. I'm a member of the American Counseling Association, and also I'm a member of the Maryland Mental Health Association, and currently doing my clinical internship with Safe Harbor Behavioral Care, where I've been building quite a lot of technical clinical skills to help people dealing with their mental health. And so today for this session, I'm going to be looking at different roadmap, that's just going to help us just take charge of our mental health in our family, in our relationships, and also concerning our spirituality, and also that which affects your workplace, affects your money and your career. So I'll be looking at some six dimensions that you need to take a quick check on a daily basis, then also create some roadmap that is going to help you manage any mental health related struggle. So quickly, what is mental health? I know this is a big question that is always out there on a daily basis, and many of us have different definition of what mental health is. But simply, just in simple format and a way that any one of us can understand, is mental health is your emotional, your psychological, and your social well-being. Every time we're talking about mental health, we are talking about the state of your emotional, your psychological, and your social well-being. And one thing you must understand, this shapes how you think, how you feel, how you act, and how you relate to others. What I'm saying with all of this, that the state of your emotions, the state of your thinking process, and the way you connect with other people, they shape the things that matters in your life. They determine how far you go, how successful you can be in every area of your life. And quickly, I want to take out meat and fact about mental health. One thing we must realize is this: it is not for people who are crazy. A lot of times, even growing up, we think that when people talk about mental health, it's for people who are crazy. No, 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 not at all. Mental health is not just for people who are crazy. Then also, there's also another myth that we believe that strong people don't need help. In other words, we have been taught, we have been told growing up, oh no, you don't need help. You don't, you're the man. You don't need anybody to tell you anything. You can handle it. You can deal with a lot of issue in life. No, 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 no. Look, even strong people need help. And the real fact about mental health is this: mental health affects everyone every day. Every one of us, we are challenged emotionally, we are challenged psychologically, we are challenged socially. So every one of us, we deal with this, we deal with these issues of mental health. The other fact you need to know is asking for help is strength, not weakness. That you're looking for support, you're looking for a therapist to talk to, or you're looking for a coach to walk you through some emotional, some psychological or social issues, it's strength. It is not a sign of weakness. Then why does mental health matters? Because your mind matters. The state of your mind matters, friends. If you and I don't pay attention to the wellness of our mind, it's going to affect our family relationships, it's going to affect our marital relationships, it's going to affect our financial state, it's going to affect our mental health, and it's also going to affect our spirituality. And so, why mental health wellness matters is the first thing is your physical health. When you don't treat stress, so untreated mental stress really raises risk for heart disease, diabetes, and weakened immunity. And so when you're stressed, when you're going through emotional breakdown, and you don't pay attention to the state of your physical wellness, it leads to heart disease, it leads to diabetes, and also weakens your immunity. So even if you're on prescription, there's some prescription that might not be working for you because you are not, you're not paying attention to your physical health. Then also your relationship. Mental health wellness matters because your emotional wellness fuels empathy, communication, and deep human connection. When you don't take care of your emotions, you don't take care of how you're feeling, how your emotions are all over the place, it can mar your human relationship. You can lack the ability to show empathy, to communicate effectively with other people, or to even deepen your human connection with others. Another reality about why we need to pay attention to our mental wellness is it impacts our productivity. We want to make wealth, we want to build healthy business, we want to be profitable businesses, we want to grow in our career. But if our mind is going through a lot of stress, it hinders our focus, it limits our capacity to be creative, and also it makes it impossible for us to contribute meaningfully to our environment, to our customers, and also to our employers. So we need mental health wellness in order to be more productive in the things we do. Then also in the area of resilience, if we don't pay attention to our mental health, that inner strength that we need to cope with grief, with trauma, with life challenges, it is exposed. So when we pay attention to our mental wholeness, we are able to manage every struggles and every challenges that we are dealing with. And so one of the challenges we see in our world today, many of us do not have the capacity to be resilient anymore. We can't withstand pressure, we can't handle trials, we can handle tribulations because our mental wellness is in disarray. And the goal of the Wholeness Project is to help you build resilience, build solid mental capacity to deal with the challenges of life. Just a quick activity that I want us to look at right now. It's about knowing your 6 dimensions. Because when we talk about mental health, there are 6 dimensions that you need to pay attention to. And I want you, whether you're live right now watching this with me, or watching this program, or at some point in the future you're going to be watching this, I want you to look at these 6 dimensions and rate them between 1 and 5. Then you'll be able to determine truly if your mental health wellness is intact. The first dimension I want us to look at is what I call emotional regulation. It talks about how well do you manage your feelings without being overwhelmed. No doubt, situations and circumstances are going to come that will challenge your emotions, challenge your feelings, challenge your ability to handle things. But how well can you manage your emotions? How well can you manage your feelings? I want you to rate that 1 to 5. So if you're 1, 2, it means you need to work on that. But if you're between 3 to 5, then it means you are able to manage your emotion better. The second dimension I want you to take a look at when it comes to your mental health is your thought pattern. How are you thinking? Are you catastrophizing things? Are you generalizing things? So the question you want to respond to there is, am I aware of negative or distorted thinking in my daily life? A lot of the time it's so easy for us to think negative things. It's so easy for us to think about problems and worries and doubts and cares and fears and unbeliefs. I want you to rate yourself. How well do you manage negative or distorted emotions or thinkings in your life? The third dimension that I want you to pay attention to as you think and we talk about our mental wellness is sleep and rest. Or I think sometimes I might be guilty there. I need to improve on my sleeping from about 5 hours to about 8, 9 hours. This is about 8 to about 8 hours. This is important. The third dimension you want to look at is this: am I getting quality restorative sleep most nights? Because a lot of the time, what causes us to snap, to be easily angered, to be short tempered, to be overwhelmed is because we've not had enough rest. So I want you to check that dimension, that third dimension in your life as you think about your mental wholeness. Another dimension that I want you to look at is your social connection. Do I have meaningful relationship that reduce isolation? Do I have meaningful relationship? I know there's so much drama about human relationship out there, but you need to ask yourself: the relationships that you have, are they meaningful? Are they adding value to you? Are you exchanging value in such relationship? They are very important because they determine your mental wellness. Then the number five dimension you need to look at is your stress management. Do I use healthy strategies when I face stress? So when you're stressed with family, you're stressed with relationship, you're stressed with work, with business, you're stressed with spirituality. What are the strategies you have? What strategies do you use to face all of these stressors in your life? And the sixth dimension is self-worth and identity. So do I have a stable, positive sense of who I am? A lot of the times when people are faced with the challenges and the struggles of life, they begin to lose their sense of self-worth. They lose their self-esteem, and that's what causes people to spiral down. They go into depression, they go into anxiety, and a lot of the times most people end up committing suicide or hurting other people. Your sense worth is matter. Your sense of identity, it matters as we talk about your mental health. So please rate yourself in these areas and determine how well you are doing in this six dimension. Then quickly, in helping, like I said, the goal of the Wholeness Project is to provide you with strategies, with techniques, and intervention that is going to help you manage whatever area or whatever dimensions of mental health that you are dealing with. And so one quick strategy, one of the tools that I use is called dialectical behavior therapy. I mean, is a technique that helps you to balance emotion and reason, because a lot of the time there's what we call the wise mind. The wise mind is centered. We have the reasonable mind and the logical mind. So coming to the wise mind means you are able to balance your emotion and your reasoning as you deal with the challenges of life. With DBT, it helps you manage overwhelming emotions, it helps you reduce self-destructive patterns, and build a life worth living by blending acceptance and change. What I'm saying with all of this thought is this: your emotions can become overwhelming. You can have a lot of self-destructive patterns in terms of your thoughts, and sometimes life can become unbearable. But this skill, this strategy will help you to accept some things you cannot change and also be able to change the things that you have the ability to change. So the first part of the DBT is what we call mindfulness. Mindfulness it talks about being fully present in the moment without judgment. So whatever you are dealing with, you want to center yourself in the call. You want to be with there instead of letting your thoughts go all over the place. You just want to be in the moment to be able to face, okay, what is going on right now? How am I feeling right now? What is causing me to feel the way that I feel right now? That is mindfulness. Then we have distress tolerance. In other words, with distress tolerance, you are able to survive crisis without making them worse. A lot of the time, people go through situations that because we don't have the right skill, we make those situations worse. But with distress tolerance, you are able to learn skills that helps you to manage situations in a better way instead of making them worse. Then the other one is emotion regulation. This is about understanding and changing intense emotional responses. Do I need to respond to everything people have said? Do I need to give them a piece of my mind? With emotion regulation, you are able to manage your emotion better, so that you can be in charge and in control of the situation. Then the fourth part of the DBT is what we call interpersonal effectiveness. Within the personal effectiveness, you are able to develop the capacity for healthy communication, boundaries, and relationships. So with interpersonal effectiveness, it has lots of skills that helps us, to manage communication, to create boundaries, and to build healthy relationship. Just a quick practice that I want us to do right now, and I want you to put this to work. As you think about your mental health, as you think about your mind, this practice is going to help you. It's called the tip. And the tip is made up of four different words. T stands for temperature, I stands for intense exercise, P stands for paced breathing, and P means progressive muscle relaxation. In other words, anytime you're going through tense situation in your life, at that moment, I want you to put this skill to work. By temperature, hold an ice or splash cold water over your face for 30 seconds. This is going to activate the dive reflex to calm your nervous system immediately. Because when we are angry, when our emotions are spawned, we tend to go out of character. But with a cold ice on your face, even cold bath will help you calm your body down very fast. Then you can do intense exercise, you can do jumping jacks, you can jog, and all of this will help you burn off excess adrenaline, because when you have a lot of emotion inside of you, it's a lot of adrenaline that is being pumped. Then paced breathing. By paced breathing means you can take a breath in 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, you hold it for 2 seconds, and you breathe out, you exhale slowly through your mouth for another 6 seconds, and you say slow on exhale. You repeat this 5 times, is going to calm your body very fast. Then with progressive muscle relaxation, what you're going to do, you're going to tense each muscle group. So from your neck down to your shoulder, down to your stomach, down to your thigh, and down to your feet. And when you do this over and over again, when you stiffen them a little bit for about 10 seconds, then you release 5 to 10 seconds, you release it. You see that this skill is going to help you manage every form of emotions. Another great skill that can help you with your mental health wellness is what I call the stop skill. So this skill, why it's going to really work for you, is you have to use this skill before reacting to a triggering moment in person or online. A lot of the times, people are going to trigger you. They are going to be stressors that wants you to react, that wants you to respond in a way you wouldn't like to do it. But with this skill, you can always manage this. So, for example, someone can post a hurtful comment on your social media. What do? Are you going to give it back to them? Because that's what happens. People respond quickly based on that emotion at that moment. And a lot of the times we can break the egg, and it can be difficult to put the eggshells together. So what do you do using the stop skill? First thing you want to do, S means stop. Just stop. Pause. Don't act. Don't type. Don't send. Don't speak. I know this can be very difficult. A lot of the times that I've tried it on my own, I discovered it can be very difficult and challenging. But because I've practiced it over and over again, even though I'm feeling the pain, the burn, the heat inside of my body, I stop, because I know if I say anything, I might say things that are very crazy, things that people wouldn't want to hear. Then, secondly, what you need to do is take a step back. By taking a step back, it means just physically step back, take one slow breath in and out. So, in other words, because if you go into the face, if you go straight to the face of the situation or that individual, you can end up hurting the person or also hurting yourself. Then number three, observe. So what you want to do, you take notice. What am I feeling? What triggered me? What am I urging to do? Look, this is very important. When you put this skill to work, it helps you to manage your relationship and also manage situations that can trigger you very easily. Then also the last one is P, you proceed mindfully. So you want to ask, what will help right now? What action feeds my values? Because a lot of the time you can be a very gentle man, a gentle woman, a good man, a good woman. But when someone triggers your emotion, you can become very, very unfriendly, very, very brash, and very, very harsh. But with this skill, you are able to manage all of that. Then another skills from the cognitive behavioral therapy, because these are two techniques that I use. I use the DBT and I use the cognitive behavioral therapy. What is the goal of the cognitive behavioral therapy? It helps to change your thoughts, change your feelings, and change your behavior. Because a lot of the times, if we can change our thoughts, then our feelings will follow suit. Then it's going to impact on our behavior. With this technique, we are taught to identify distorted thinking and replace it with balanced, realistic thought. One of the most extensive research therapies for anxiety and depression. So, if you are dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with depression, this technique will always help you because your thoughts will always influence your feelings. Your feelings will influence your thoughts influence your feelings and your behavior, and they always connect together. So what you need to know when it comes to cognitive behavioral therapy, for you to manage your thought process, your emotions, there's what we call cognitive restructuring, learning to change the thinking pattern. Then thought journaling, learning to put your thoughts on black and white. Behavioral activation, instead of withdrawing, instead of sulking and eating, they can eat to eating disorder, change that behavior. Then exposure therapy, whatever you are scared of, wherever you are afraid to go, you just expose yourself to that, and that's going to really help you deal with a lot of those emotions, those thoughts, patterns that try to just keep you bound. Just a quick live exercise. I want you to type your answers in the chat as we go, if you can. So you want to look at a situation, the things you want to ask: what happened, when, where, who. You want to be able to analyze the situations first before you respond. Then the next thing you want to think about is your automatic thoughts. What went through your mind? The story you told yourself, because sometimes something might be happening, but what you're saying to yourself might be another thing that is very, very different. Then also, you want to look at your emotion. What did you feel in terms of your emotional rating, your feeling? What's the intensity from 0 to 10? Then evidence for and against. What facts support this thought? So, because sometimes, a lot of the times, we think negatively, we think in a different way that is not what it is. Then what facts don't support it? When we are able, I do this a lot of times when I'm confronted with a situation, with a human relationship situation, with a work situation, I ask myself all of these questions so that I will be able to, use my wise mind and judge accurately. Then lastly, you do your balanced thought. So what is a more realistic, balanced way to see this? There is always a right perspective. There's always a balanced perspective to the way we should do things. And when we follow this process of evaluating the situation, checking our automatic thought, evaluating our emotions, just look out for the evidence for or against it, then finally coming to the balanced thought, you'll find out that we will always learn to deal with a lot of situations in our lives. Some quick thought traps that I want us to take note of. These are common thought traps when it comes to cognitive distortion that can stress your mental health. What I want you to know is there are different thought area, thought pattern. One of them is all or nothing. If it's not perfect, it's a total failure. That's how some of us think. This is a very negative thought pattern. You must not have that. A lot of us have that perfectionist mindset. I'm not saying it's wrong, but sometimes you can be flexible with your thinking, because if you're not flexible with your thought, when things don't go the way you want it, you think that is a total failure. Then that's the catastrophizing also. This one bad thing means everything is ruined. When one thing don't go well, we just think everything is bad. No, that's not a good way for thinking. It's a cognitive distortion. Then mind reading. Many of us do that a lot of the time. I know they hate me. I can just tell. A lot of the time, you need to probe what's going on. If you don't ask questions, you might not know what the real issues are. Then the should statement. A lot of the time, we say, I should always be strong. I shouldn't need help. We like to, no, you need help. You don't need to be strong all the time. You need people to support you in your journey of mental wellness. Then personalization: is my fault they are upset? No, it's not your fault. A lot of the times when things happen, we tend to build the guilt, the regret, the shame upon ourselves. If you do that all the time, it can distort your personality. Then filtering. By filtering, what do we mean? We're ignoring all the good and focusing only on the bad. Oh, sometimes I do this, but a lot of the times I learn to quickly switch my mind. I learn to do what I call cognitive restructuring. Don't always focus on the bad. There's always good things about you. I've discovered that we may have been able to achieve 10 things that are very good, then two things that are bad becomes negative. So please don't do that. Don't filter things in your space. Great. So now your first step wholeness roadmap. Like I said, this is a practical section, practical life program that helps you to get the right information that you need for your wholeness. So these are four-step wholeness roadmap that you can do this week to help you. One, acknowledge and assess. So complete today's 6 dimension of self-check. Write down your two lowest scoring area. No judgment, just honest awareness. So remember we talked about 6 dimensions. I want you to go back to the video and just go over the 6 dimension again. Then seek professional support. If you need a licensed therapist or a mental health coach, then reach out with courage. And that's something we can provide for you on this platform. Then build daily wellness habits. Small, consistent actions compound over time. Could be exercise, quality sleep, balanced nutrition, and mindfulness practice. These can help you build a solid wholeness roadmap. Then grow your support network. Isolations amplifies sufferings, but what we think a lot of the time that when we are withdrawn, then people are not going to be in our space. No, it amplifies our suffering. Community heals a lot of the time. It does. I know sometimes there can be some skews, but community always heals. Then identify 2 to 3 trusted people you can be honest with about your mental health. And one thing we can assure and guarantee you with us here on the FGI Solutions Inc. and the Wholeness Project, you can trust us with your mental health roadmap, with your mental health journey. And we're going to work with you on this. Then just quickly, how you can build your daily wellness habit stack. This stuff that I have here is priceless. If you can take this and pick some habits from this on a daily basis, you're going to be well. So there are 4 areas I want you to look at every day. 1, your mind. Pick something you want to do. 5 minutes morning meditation can help. Your gratitude journal can help. Your screen-free time before bed is important. Your 1 mindful meal daily is important. So when it comes to your body, think about walking. Think about having 7 to 9 hours sleep target. Drink at least 8 glasses of water daily. Stretch for 10 minutes. This is going to help you. Or go to a gym. Then for your relationship, text one person you miss. Set one healthy boundary. Practice active listening. Then have a phone-free dinner. Oh, we do that a lot in our home. No phone on the table when we're eating. Then coping. Use your tip skill when stressed. Complete 1 thought record. Name your emotion out loud. Take a 5-minute breathing break. This is going to help you. So I want you to take this habit. I call it the wellness habit stack. When you work on this on a daily basis, you will be fine with your mental health. But this practice is going to be good for you. So if you want to screenshot it or you come back to watch this video, it will be interesting. It's called the box breathing. So what you need to do, I'm going to practice it quickly for you so that at home you can do this all the time, especially when you feel things, you feel a lot of emotional stress upon you. This is going to help you. It's called the box breathing. So what you do, sometimes you can close your eyes and the first one says inhale. So when you inhale, you're not mistaking your breath in 1, 2, 3, 4. So you inhale on the count of 4, then you hold it on the count of 4, then you exhale through your mouth on the count of 4, then you hold again on the count of 4. When you do this at least 4 times over and over again, I'm telling you, you will always feel better. You will handle situations better and you will not be tense all of the time. Then know when to reach out for support. Anytime you are dealing with stress and it's becoming unmanageable, don't say I'm too strong. Don't say I got this. Don't say, oh no, I don't want to put out my family secrets out there. No, there are great therapists out there. There are great coaches out there that you can talk to that can help you through this. We have helped countless of people through their mental health journey. We can also help, whether it's your marital relationship, whether it's your mental health, whether it's your spirituality, whatever it is that has become a stressor, work related, business related. We will be able to walk you through. So do not hesitate to reach out for support. Because when you seek professional support, it's important, especially when you notice these things in your lives, when you're having the feeling of hopelessness or worthlessness lasting for 2 weeks plus. Please search for, reach out for a support. If there are significant changes in your sleep, your appetite, your energy level, reach out for support. If you are relying on substance, maybe alcohol, drugs to cope, reach out for support. If you begin to feel that urge to withdraw from people you love and activities you've always enjoyed, reach out for support. When the thought of harming yourself or others is heightened, don't hesitate to reach out for support. When you have the inability to function at work, school, or in relationship, please do not hesitate to reach out for support. And when you have crisis, when there are heavy crises, there are helplines available for 24/7. We have the suicide and crisis lifeline, and all of these lines that you have on this slide. You can reach out for help. Then you can also call us and reach out to us in FGI Solutions, or you go to my website, joeloseba.com, and you just reach out. We'll be able to provide the help that you need. I know this is the time to ask for questions, but if you have any questions, please, you can send it to us. Send us your questions. Send us your questions. Send me your questions. We're going to respond to them. We're going to reach out. You can send us your email, and it will be a great pleasure to work with you. And do not forget, mental health is not a destination, it's a process. It's about how you drive, not where you're going. And that was by Noam Chapman. You have to know this, that your mental health is very important. So, your next steps: complete today's 6 dimension self check. Practice one DBT or CBT skill this week. Download your free resources. Go to our website, joeloseba.com. You are going to find a lot of resources that's going to help you. Then you can also book a complimentary discovery call with me, and I'll be glad to work with you on this journey. You can also connect with me at joeloseba.com. You can send us an email. Then you can also give us a phone call. We are here to work with you and to help you on this journey. It's been always my joy and pleasure, to just be here to share all of these strategies, these interventions and techniques to help you regain your wholeness and for you to have renewed focus in every area of your life, your families, your relationship, your career, your business, your spirituality. It's our desire to work with you. I look forward to seeing you same time next week, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time Zone. I'll be back again sharing some other quick tips that is going to help you, to continue to manage and overcome all the stressors that you're dealing with in your life. My name again is Joel, your friend, your relationship and mental health coach. Bye for now.